This is the WWE Smackdown February 2, 2024 full show results video which takes place at Legacy Arena in Birmingham, Alabama, and Corey Graves introduces his new commentary partner on Friday nights, Wade Barrett. Logan Paul makes his entrance, and he says he'll be honest, he underestimated Kevin Owens. At first glance, he looks like a pissed-off donut, but hey, in their match he made him fight and KO did more damage to him than Floyd Mayweather did. He damn near knocked him out, and yet he still lost and he's still the champ. When's it gonna click for us? He's one of the toughest people on this brittle roster. Kevin Owens interrupts him, and as great as being United States champion would be, knocking the hell out of Logan feels even better, but now he wants another title shot, and Paul says the brass knuckles were a setup but this is his one and only shot at the title, and face it dude, he outsmarted you. Kevin Owens advances on him, Logan says he smells terrible, and Kevin says he bathed in prime before he came here, but Paul reiterates that he's not getting another title shot, but Austin Theory and Grayson Waller make their entrance. Then we saw a match between Austin Theory versus Kevin Owens, and the result of this match was Kevin Owens defeated Austin Theory by pinfall with a loaded punch. A recap of Naomi's return in the Women's Royal Rumble follows, and then we see that she exits General Manager Nick Aldis' office with a signed contract and celebrates with Shotzi Blackheart, Mia Yim, and Bianca Belair outside the office. Tiffany Stratton exits shortly thereafter with her own signed contract and asks where the celebration is before slapping Yim. Nick Aldis breaks it up and Mia essentially asks for a match. Back from the commercial, we get a Legado del Fantasma vignette where Santos Escobar officially welcomes Elektra Lopez back and says they have to eradicate Rey Mysterio's Latino World Order and toasts honor and loyalty. Then we saw a semi-final match between British Strong Style vs Latino World Order vs Legado del Fantasma vs Pretty Deadly to become the #1 contenders for the undisputed tag team titles, and the result of this match was British Strong Style won the match by pinfall with a double Tyler Driver 97 on Kit Wilson. Backstage, the Japanese contingent of Damage Control were hanging out and IYO Sky says it's done and not to worry about it. They leave together, laughing, and we see Bayley hanging out in the doorway. Damage Control make their entrance, sans Dakota Kai, and Bayley gets on the mic and says she's done just about everything when it comes to Wrestlemania, but this year is different and special because she didn't get here on her own and she can admit that. She's had ups and downs and more downs, but she's had her girls the whole way. They supported her, and Damage Control is more than just the best women's faction of all time, they're family. The Japanese contingent giggles through this and Bayley shoots them a look before continuing. She says to prove that she's the best, she has to fight the best, and that brings her to Rhea Ripley. Or she can go a different route because sometimes it's more personal and it comes down to what's in your heart and proving the doubters wrong, and sometimes the people you thought were your friends. She shoots Damage Control a meaningful look, you have to prove them wrong. She asks if they're done laughing and reveals that she speaks a little Japanese and knows about all the ways they talk behind her back. And why? All she wanted was for Damage Control to be the best and to make it to the top at WrestleMania. She closes on IYO and the Kabuki Warriors go behind her as she tearfully asks IYO Sky what happened. Kabuki Warriors attack and put boots to Bayley. Bayley gets an iron pipe and she fights them off, pipe versus title, standing off with IYO, and Sky gets a "what am I doing?" look in her eye, but she retreats to the floor with Asuka and Kairi Sane, and Bayley grabs the mic and says she'll see IYO at WrestleMania. Final Testament and Bobby Lashley and his boys set to do battle, all out chaos before the bell, Prophets send the authors packing and bowl them over on the floor. Lashley with a forearm on cross, big spine buster follows it up, hurt lock blocked when Scarlett Bordeaux jumps on her back and B-Fab makes the save, and Bob off the ropes, spear, and referee D.A. Brewer tries to restore order and fails, no match. Nick Aldis is backstage trying to sign Braun Breaker when Adam Pearce rolls up and tells him not to sign anything until he can talk to him on Monday. Nick gets hot, Braun says he's gonna sit on it for a little bit and leaves. Jade Cargill walks in, Aldis tells Pearce to leave and Adam gets a parting shot in before leaving the top of them to chat. The next match happened between Mia Yim versus Tiffany Stratton, and the result of this match was Tiffany Stratton won the match by pinfall with the prettiest moonsault ever. Roman Reigns makes his entrance, flanked by Paul Heyman, Big Jim Uso, and Solo Sikoa. Roman said his little brother, Seth Rollins, no pop, said he's got the title and he had to think about it. Didn't he beat everybody competing for that title? Doesn't that make them number twos? Isn't it the loser's bracket title? He says Seth had the audacity to say he's the guy. But you can't run around for 2 years in your wife's clothes and be the guy. He says he's a workhorse, but 3 months in he broke his back, and he hobbles and asks if workhorses walk like that. He makes fun of Seth's injury. He said it's true he works 10 times less than Rollins, but he still makes 10 times more than he does. He polls the crowd if they want Seth Rollins money or tribal chief money. He says he's not gonna beg like the other guy, but Cody can fight number 2 at WrestleMania, or he can have another crack at number 1. Cody Rhodes makes his entrance, and he said he imagined the conversation a bit more private and asks Roman to indulge him and let them have the ring to themselves, and Reigns waves the bloodline off. He said Roman knew he had him and it got him spooked. One thing that Seth Rollins said that he disagrees with is that the Universal Championship is a Hollywood title. He asks what finishing the story is, and he's heard Roman say all of this is his, the ring, the equipment, the fans, so is finishing the story taking the title or taking everything from him? He's moving the goalpost, because he doesn't want just the title, he wants everything, and he's coming for Roman but not at WrestleMania. He mentioned taking counsel, and one of the individuals he spoke to knows Reigns very well, and then comes Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. He shakes hands with Cody and they hug, and Rhodes takes his leave. The Rock and Roman face off silently as we get into, the local news needs to come on, territory time-wise, and Dwayne steps real close to him, and the show goes off the air.